Yep, boys, it looked like it's going to be a Pritzker week. That's the way it's looking. It looked like the focus is right now on Pritzker and the National Guard. Let's see what's happening here in this one.
Now let's bring in Chicago Alderman Raymond Lopez. Alderman Lopez, welcome.
Thank you, Mike.
So,
real quick, this guy Raymond Lopez, Alderman, Chicago. Some of you, if you've watched some of my videos, you've heard me make the statement about how one of the problems the Democrats have is all the sensible Democrats are being drowned out by the unreasonable and unruly and chaotic Democrats, the extreme far left, the pink hairs, the blue hair mafia. Remember how I said that's what's happening to the reasonable Democrat? This guy is a reasonable Democrat. This guy, when sanctuary status to be amended was posed, he was the spearhead of it back in 2023. When he brought it to the floor, when the aldermen resisted to vote on removing sanctuary city status, he was the one that spearheaded the movement of actually bringing it to the forefront to have it voted upon. This guy is extremely reasonable by all measures. This is how the Democratic Party used to be. This is how the Democratic Party used to think. This is how the Democratic Party used to operate.
Chicago's led the nation in the murder rate for the past 13 years or so. Is that a sign perhaps a federal surge would be helpful?
I think a federal surge would, in fact, be helpful. Even though we see our statistics are trending in the right direction, who would argue against making them trend even further, even lower, meaning less victims on the street?
That's the right play. That's the right play. People will not remember if Pritzker bent the knee and said, Trump, send them in. What they will remember is that 30 days they was able to get of peace, of not hearing gunshots over their head every night. That's what they'll remember. And they would end up loving Pritzker for it. But he's more worried about the political gambit than fixing the issue. This is where people like Raymond Lopez all make the exception. This guy is a solid Democrat. I've watched his work over the years. This guy has called out the BS on the left and the right. I've seen him do it equally. In City Hall, in multiple C-SPAN forums, I have seen him do it over the years. I can attest to that.
It's absolutely asinine to me to hear my Democratic colleagues say that we don't want more help, that we don't want federal intrusion into our city, even though we know that we are not only both relying on federal grants, but that we've always worked hand in hand with the FBI, ATF, DEA, and other federal agencies here in the city of Chicago to go after those most dangerous threats that are on our streets and in our communities. Why now we don't want them here? Why now is just a symptom of this derangement syndrome that seems to attach itself to Donald Trump at a time when we're playing this pissing match with our communities and putting them behind the 8 ball when it comes to criminal activity.
They should be in a position, the minute those guys walked in with firearms, they should have been able to protect themselves. This happens all too commonly in the businesses around the Chicagoland area because these thugs know they don't have to worry about following the law. The citizen does. This is what Raymond is pointing out.
Your Mayor Brandon Johnson signed an executive order yesterday which he says will protect the rights of Chicagoans. What do you make of it?
Which means nothing.
You know, that order isn't worth the paper it's printed on. I put that on a tweet, and I know it sent my mayor into a panic. But it's very true. We have no authority over the federal government. He was a teacher. You think he would understand that concept. What we do know is this, that...
I'm not going to say it. Yes, I am. Look at this entire crowd. Nothing but Democratic establishment. Nothing. One mode of thought in that room. That's it.
Rather than making all of these wild performative attempts to get Donald Trump's attention, Mayor Brandon Johnson should have taken the last 7.5 months to actually communicate with Donald Trump, to speak to the White House, to find out what we can do to assuage his political concerns as well as our political beliefs here in the city of Chicago.
Did I not call it? Did I not call it? Did I not say that would be the right move? Matter of fact, I said this in another video before I watched this video. I said the right move would have been to go ahead and bend the knee temporarily for the better long-term result. There's people that fall down and they have scars from years ago and they can't even remember what the scar originally came from. They just know that the scar is there. People forget things over the short term. That's my entire point. That's the example I'm making about the scars on the body. There's certain scars you don't forget, but little, small, insignificant scars, people don't remember those. People have short memories.
One of those missteps that we've seen the mayor take is that he refused to amend the welcoming city ordinance, which is our sanctuary laws, to allow our officers to work with our federal partners when we arrest someone who is a non-citizen choosing to engage in dangerous criminal activity.
So basically what he's saying is the Democrats, especially in Chicago, are going out of their way to protect illegal immigrants. And I personally believe this is something happening at a level that's above Pritzker. They want the cheap labor. Did we not just see the story about the Hyundai factory that was raided with 435 illegals inside the Hyundai factory?
89% of Chicagoans want that, and yet the mayor refuses to do that. And I think if we had done that back then, we probably wouldn't be in this predicament now.
Governor J.B. Pritzker talked about the potential crime crackdown in Chicago today. Let's play it. I'll get you to react.
No one in the administration, the president or anybody under him, has called anyone in my administration and me, have not called the city of Chicago or anyone else. So it's clear that in secret they're planning this, well, it's an invasion with...
They can't help themselves. They can't help themselves. It's like, for them, it's like breathing. It's like they're holding their breath if they don't say something so egregious and out of order. Why would he call and tell you where immigration is going to be? Why would he call and tell you where ICE is going to be? Because I'm pretty sure when CPD goes out to go arrest someone, they always call the neighborhood or call the neighbors in the neighborhood and tell them they're coming first. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. No, it doesn't. This guy is so smug because his entire goal is to run for presidency. He does not care about what's happening in the city. He does not even spend 10% of his day in the city. Anytime he comes to the city, it's for political posturing and he leaves. That's it.
U.S. troops, if they in fact do that. The other thing is, they ought to be coordinating with local law enforcement. They ought to let us know when they're coming, where they're coming, if it's ICE or if it's ATF or whoever it is.
He's just saying anything now. He's saying anything now. Why does this... This man knows this makes no sense to say this out loud. And he finished that statement with a period and not a comma. Why is he talking to us like we're the foreigners with no green cards? Why is he doing this? I don't understand this. This is asinine. There's a reason why the FBI doesn't coordinate with local law enforcement unless they absolutely have to. It's called leaks. It's called snitching. The minute ICE gets on the phone and coordinates with you guys are going to spread the word every single place you can to tell everybody to shutter in place. Look at this guy in the black. This guy in the black, the minute he said that statement, you could tell he's thinking right now, this guy's an idiot. This guy's an idiot. I'm not talking to a real person. I'm talking to AI right now. This can't be a real person. This is AI. Who booked this? Whoever's my booker is fired. Look at this guy. This guy with the glasses, he knows this is an asinine statement J.B. Pritzker just made. Because it's never been the other way around. Call and let us know you're coming.
Is he resisting for political reasons because he wants to be the next president?
I'm more than certain there's a part of that calculus in what he's saying. But let's be clear, telephones work two ways last time I checked. They can both take a call as well as send a call.
New phone, who this?
And these two individuals, both the governor and the mayor, know how to get a hold of the president of the United States when there's an emergency. So why not use this as an opportunity to pick up the phone now? Second, I don't blame the Trump administration for not working with local law enforcement when they're doing these operations, because we have seen time and again, it's the local jurisdictions that always tip off the criminals.
It's like this man has ESP. This man is literally right in my brain right now. This man has ESP.
When the feds are coming, we do not need to endanger those federal enforcement officers, whether they are the FBI, ATF, DEA, in our neighborhoods, because we know that we have some very dangerous individuals who were let into our country over the last 4 years under the previous administration, who have no qualms about killing people, whether it's on American streets or any other location in South America.
Chicago Alderman Raymond Lopez, thank you very much for your perspective today.
Thank you. Happy Labor Day.
Hi, I'm Brian.
Here's the thing you have to understand about a lot of these immigrants that commit crime. They come from a place where the crime that you see here in Chicago is a cakewalk. It's a joke. They come from a place where you get dragged into the street and they just brutalize you right then and there for everyone to see. And if the cop says something, they drag the cop in the middle of the street and brutalize him for everyone to see. And if the president or the mayor of that respective city or country has something to say, they drag that person out into the street and brutalize them for everyone to see. How many presidents in America have been overthrown? But you go to these third world countries, that is a common occurrence. That is not an unheard thing to hear. We don't recognize how good we got it here in America. And I'm telling you right now, if we lose this country, it's because we gave it up. It's not because anyone defeated us. It's because we gave it up. That's my sentiment. Guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know your feelings on this situation. Jump in the comment section. Guys, I will keep grinding to bring you more content. Guys, I hope you liked the video. I'll catch you in the next one. It's about to get hot.